Hi, this is Cindy Chan and this is my thesis presentation. My thesis examines how patient personas can be created and used to generate insights and strategies into health information. So why personas? Personas generate insights and forces the users to consider the different perspective and needs of the target audience, which is important for effective communication. But they are the least frequently used design research tools by health institutions. And due to its limited use, it was hypothesized that problem areas must exist and that a systematic study of its current use could lead to insights into where improvements could be made. The research was separated into 3 phases. The first involved examining secondary data in order to develop a better understanding of the domain needed to communicate effectively with domain experts. The second was where I consulted with experts at the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center and observed the way in which they created and generated insights through personas. Through a series of observations, it was clear that they developed a highly iterative and collaborative design research process. While this process was successful at MSK, it made me question as to whether the same success could be achieved through a less iterative and time-consuming process that didn't take up to 6 months to complete. This was because smaller institutions may not have the same time and the resources to do this, and may also benefit from the insights that are generated through the tool. As a result, I asked them, would there be value in creating less specific and more general personas? No, personas have to be specific, as general personas are often too broad to allow the user to determine what the real needs are. Then does the process have to be as specific as the one used at MSK in order to be as effective? No. And this is really important because it suggests that if personas could be created in a way that was general enough to represent the target audience, but specific enough to identify a real need, then real value could be created for health institutions. Through design research, it was found that there were common attributes that define patient personas. A paper prototype was created where participants could rank the importance of each attribute and define their health beliefs. This was then completed by 40 participants. The results showed that there was often a conflict between the type of patient category participants identified with and what the rating of attributes revealed about who they really were. This insight was important as it suggested that there might be value in breaking down the personas into different levels that could be viewed on its own or simultaneously, as it could highlight relationships between variables that may not have been noticed before. With this in mind, a persona development tool was created, and here is a short demo. This is your main landing page. It has 7 attributes to the left and 7 corresponding scroll bars to the right. On top, there are 4 buttons that lead to the different methods to which you can create and view your personas. If you roll over them with your mouse, it'll give you a brief description of what each one is. In this basic view, simply rearrange the scales for corresponding attributes. To view your persona, press this button. This gives you a persona based on the attributes that you have chosen. Now that you have a persona, there are a number of things that you can do. Pressing this plus sign will detach the persona and allow you to print it out. Pressing this button will expand the persona and give you more information. To close, simply press X. You can create different personas by rearranging these attributes. Another method to create personas is by patient type. This page gives you a list of the patient types on the left. Notice how the button changes color to reflect the page that you're on. You select the patient type, which will automatically rearrange the scales for you. You can still tweak these attributes, but they're edited to reflect the attributes of the patient type. Notice how this persona's patient type is the same as the one you selected earlier. You can press this button, which will bring you to a page with information on all the patient types. You can scroll through them using the scroll bar, or press this button for more information. You can also select a patient type, which will bring up a corresponding persona. Pressing this button again will refresh the page and randomly generate another persona from the same patient category. The third way to view personas is through shared health beliefs. All you have to do here is to choose a health belief and you can create a persona that holds this belief. The last feature in this program allows you to create personas based on the attributes that you believe are most important for the types of patients that you're communicating to. For example, we can select control and involvement. This will put all the existing personas in the database on the axes. As we have seen, each persona has a set of attributes on a scale, which can then be converted to figures and plotted on an axis. Here, each dot represents a different persona. And that is the end of this demo. If implemented, this tool could distill the abundance of information and allow the user to view the persona at a glance, and still provide them with insight that can drive strategies. Users can not only determine how different personas are likely to respond to their message, but also see how small change in their target audience's behavior could affect the success of their message or strategy. They can then take measures to ensure that those risks and opportunities are addressed, which would ultimately improve the effectiveness of their strategy. Lastly, the concept behind PX Insight does not have to be limited to the field of public health, as the goal of this research was not to determine what these patient attributes were, but instead to provide a model of looking at and making sense of information. It would be useful to work with health institutions to determine what these attributes are and to build a working model of the tool, and then to see how it could be used with other design research tools to provide the user with a well-rounded tool that addresses the needs of the target audience over time. Thank you for watching.